Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture series on electronic devices and circuits. In previous video lecture we have studied the self-bias JFET circuit. In this video lecture we will study the voltage divider biasing circuit for JFET, and then we will see some important concepts related with the designing of the circuit. So, voltage divider bias circuit. The voltage divider bias arrangement for BJT is similar with our JFET. Means voltage divider biasing circuit arrangement of BJT and JFET are similar. The basic construction is exactly same, but the DC analysis is different. DC analysis of both is different. Basic arrangement is same for BJT and JFET in case of voltage divider biasing circuit. Why the DC analysis is different? Because in case of JFET, our IG input current is always equal to 0 ampere. But in case of BJT, the magnitude of IB current for common emitter BJT amplifiers can affect the DC levels of current and voltage in both the input and output characteristics. This is the main difference why the DC analysis for BJT voltage divider biasing and JFET voltage divider biasing is different. Similarly, if we recall about BJT, we can consider or we can understand that IB provided the link between the input and output circuits of BJT voltage divider configuration. But while in case of JFET, the VGS voltage, that is gate to source voltage, will do this linking between input and output circuits. That's why the DC analysis of BJT voltage divider and JFET voltage divider is different. Now we will draw the voltage divider bias circuit. This is our JFET gate, drain and source. At gate, two resistors are connected in such a way that the voltage at gate will get divided. So these are R1 and R2. At source, gate and drain. At source, one resistor called as source resistor RS is connected between ground and source. Between drain and supply VDD, this is supply VDD, this supply is also connected to this R1. The resistor is connected, that is called as RD, and here capacitor C2 is connected between drain and output terminal to observe the AC output, and to provide the AC input VI, the capacitor is connected between input terminal and the gate terminal of the device. So this is the arrangement for voltage divider biasing circuit. Now we can see the DC equivalent circuit. So DC equivalent circuit for this voltage divider biasing network. So here we can represent this supply separately in this DC equivalent circuit, or you can represent as it is. For DC analysis, these capacitors will be open circuited. So this one is R1, this one is R2. Here plus VDD is connected. It is connected to the gate. At source, resistor RS is connected and ground terminal is here. Here RD and plus VDD. Now if we observe, the current which is flowing through this RD resistor is ID. Current through this RS is IS, which is nothing but ID. Now current entering in this gate terminal will be 0. That's why current through this resistor R1 and resistor R2 will be same. If we call it IR, then the same current will flow through this. If it is IR1 and it is IR2, then IR1 will be equals to IR2 here. Similarly, the voltage drop between gate and source is VGS, and between drain and source it is VDS. So this is the DC equivalent circuit in case of voltage divider bias circuit. Now we'll move towards the DC analysis. So for DC analysis, first of all we have to identify the voltage at this point. Let's consider the voltage at this point is VG. So that voltage VG we can obtain by voltage division rule. So VG is voltage which is measured between this point and the ground point, means it is the voltage across this resistor R2. So by using voltage division rule, VG will be equals to VDD into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Okay, after this is first point. In second point we will calculate VGS. Now to calculate VGS, we will apply KVL from gate to source loop. So when we apply KVL from gate to source loop like this, what we'll have? First of all, we have to draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit for this voltage divider biasing, and this VG is which is represented here, this VG is nothing but our VTH. So here it is VG or VTH, here it is RTH, it is RS, like this. But across this RTH the voltage drop will be 0 because IG current will be equals to 0. So voltage drop across this RTH, which is IG into RTH, will be 0. So when we apply KVL, what we have observed here, it is plus VG, then minus VGS, minus across this RS, it is ID into RS is equal to 0. Therefore, our VGS will be equals to VG minus ID into RS. So by this way we can get the value of gate to source voltage in this voltage divider network. In third point we have to obtain VDS, and for that we have to apply KVL from drain to source loop. So we can apply KVL here. So first voltage drop is VDD, then next voltage drop is negative, so it is minus ID into RD. Next is negative voltage drop VDS, it is minus VDS. Again the negative voltage drop, it is minus ID into RS is equal to 0. Therefore VDS will be equals to VDD minus ID RD minus ID RS. This way we can calculate the value of VDD, and in fourth case we have to obtain the value of ID. That value of ID can be obtained by Shockley's drain current equation, which is IDSS into 1 minus VGS upon VP bracket square. So by this way we can do the DC analysis of voltage divider biasing circuit of JFET device. Now in next session we are going to solve few numericals based on biasing of JFET, and for that we must know the procedure or the process how we can design the biasing circuit. So we'll see the design of biasing circuit. So for design process of biasing circuit, the application of biasing of JFET is required. So first point we require is application. Application of FET is required for this designing process. Means which biasing circuit we have to use. For that we must know the application. Means whether that JFET is working in ohmic region or saturation region or cutoff region, that is required. Then if the application is as an amplifier, then our JFET should be biased to operate approximately at the center. Then our JFET we have to bias at center of DC load line. And for switching application, if the application is switching, then JFET we have to bias at or near to the ohmic or cutoff region of DC load line. Now what type of specifications, types of specifications, what types of specifications are given while providing the design example? So there are two ways in which we get the specification. So let's consider set 1. So in set 1 the values of VD and ID are given. So these values are given and supply voltage VDD is also specified. And then we have to calculate the values of all resistors. We have to calculate all resistors and we have to select appropriate JFET device from the given devices. In set 2 of specifications, sometimes the values of VDD, then VDS and resistor RD is specified. It is specified or given, and then we have to calculate the value of ID, then VGS and the values of all resistors, and also we have to select appropriate JFET device. So by considering which type of specifications are given, we have to do the calculations and we have to design our circuit. Now there are certain rules while designing the circuit. So rules for good design. What are that rules? First rule, our operating point, that means Q point, it should not be close to IDSS or VP. Should not close to IDSS or pinch of voltage VP. Secondly, our VGSQ, it should be close to pinch of voltage by 2. Then our IDQ, it should be very close or near to IDSS upon 2. Next is VDSQ. This value of VDSQ should be close to VDD upon 2. Okay, and next rule is the FET should be selected such that the values of ID max will be greater than 2 IDQ, and the value of VDS max should be higher than VDD. So if we follow these rules while designing of amplifier circuit, then our design will be good design. So here in this video lecture we have studied the voltage divider circuit by using JFET, and also we have seen the design specifications as well as design rules while designing of this biasing circuit. Thank you for watching the video.